Just look at that cheese pull. We've got a garlic butter crust, layered pepperoni, and enough melted mozzarella to make an Italian grandmother proud. Today, we're building the ultimate crowd pleaser, pull-apart pizza sliders. Stick around, because first we build them perfect, and then we eat. So to kick things off, let's prep our ingredients. So, just like a normal pizza, we're going to start with a little bit of onion. Just trim the edge off because this has been in the fridge. It'll be a little dried out. We're going to cut a little slice off. They're sliders, so we don't need a ton of this. Snip the outside, take the outer ring off. Then we just need to kind of dice it. So I'm just going to cut it in one direction. You're going to want it fairly small because, as I say, we're making sliders today. So there's not going to be a ton of room on the sliders for thick chunks. So you're going to want to keep everything quite small and very diced, we'll say. Say that should be a good size. We are also going to pre-cook all of this, so it'll kind of cook down a little more when you cook it. So should be a good size for that. Next, do a little bit of red pepper. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut them into strips. Then we're going to cut them into fairly small little chunks. Looks like I have more onion than red pepper, so I'm going to do a little more red pepper here. Here we go. There's some red pepper. Next, we'll do up a little bit of ham. We had eggs Benedict for dinner last night, so this is just leftover ham from that. If you want to check out how we make eggs Benedict, you can check that out over my left shoulder. Then we'll just a big chunk here, so without cutting my finger off, we'll try to slice this into thinner strips. And again, we want them in fairly small little pieces. And there we go. There's our ham. Got roughly the same amount of ham as everything else. Next, some pepperoni. Never had this pepperoni before, so just to make sure it's all right. Yep, normal pepperoni. And again, same thing. You want small chunks. And that's pretty close to the same as everything else. Next up, a couple strips of bacon. And I'm sure you know the deal by now. We're going to try to cut this as thinly as possible. Mine with the high fat content in bacon, it's not always the easiest to cut. It kind of just slides around on the cutting board. There we go. There's our bacon. So those are the main ingredients. We're going to set these aside and we'll move on to the next step. So let's start cooking our bacon. As you guys know, we like to start with our bacon in a cold pan. I'm going to toss that in cold. And just as this bacon is just about done, we're going to add all the rest of the ingredients to the pan. This is going to accomplish two things. One, it's going to start to cook that stuff that's not quite so raw when you go to eat it. And number two, it's an easy way to mix them all together to make sure you get a pretty good mixture of everything on each piece. And there we go. I'd say that's done. So we're going to turn the heat off, remove this from the heat. Next, let's work on our butter topping. So first thing we're going to do, we've got some fresh parsley here. Just going to remove a bunch of the stems. Really what we're looking for is the leaves. Then we'll start chopping it up. There we go. Set that aside. Start working on our garlic butter. Take about a tablespoon of butter. We're going to put that in a bowl. Just going to heat this for just 30 seconds or so just to melt it. And then we can add our garlic and our parsley. To our 1 tablespoon of butter, we're going to add roughly 1-ish teaspoon of garlic, which works out to about a clove. Then roughly 1 teaspoon of parsley as well. Going to give that a stir around, mix it all together. There we go. Now our butter's ready as well. Now if you saw the Philly cheesesteak video, you'll know that the butter, I made the butter a little earlier. It actually re-hardened. It's so warm in here today, there's absolutely no worry about that happening. And if you haven't seen that Philly cheesesteak video, you can check it out above my left shoulder. I'm going to preheat my oven to 425 degrees. And we'll start grating our cheese. I've got ours on the smaller of the two cheese grater settings. I think it'll melt a little bit easier that way. Big reason why I'm using a brick of mozzarella cheese. In the Philly cheesesteak video, I used sliced provolone cheese. Tasted amazing. But that sliced cheese, if you saw that video, you'll know it didn't melt very well. So I'm hoping that this cheese will melt a lot better. and it will become far stringier and not just a piece of warm cheese on the bread. All right, there we go. I think that should be enough. If it's not, I can always grate more later. And now for one of the trickiest parts, cutting this as close to in half as you can. Try to keep the knife straight and go right through. I don't think I succeeded quite as well this time, but should still work. Here we go. Yeah, not great. Could have been worse. Now let's start making our pizzas. So we're just gonna put some sauce on the bottom, just like what you would with a pizza. There we go. Sauce on the bottom. Next I'm gonna add a layer of cheese. Now I'm gonna double stack my cheese. Yes, that seems extreme. What I'm hoping is gonna happen is the cheese is gonna lock around the rest of the ingredients, and then hopefully they won't fall out quite as easily because they'll be kind of glued in there, for lack of a better term, by this cheese. So I'm not gonna pile the cheese super high. Just gonna give it a thin layer, something kind of like that. Next we'll take our filling. We'll put that on our slider rolls. Trying not to make a huge mess, and I'm not succeeding very well. There we go. Filling completely covering the whole top. Now let's give it a good layering of cheese again. I'm going to add a little more cheese to the top than I added to the bottom. Try to spread it out as best we can. Something like that. Now, the last time, like I say, the sliced cheese didn't melt great. One thing I am going to change this time is I'm actually going to put these in the oven now and start to melt the cheese, and then come back and put the top on, put it back in the oven. Twofold reason. One, it'll allow the cheese to melt a little better, and two, the top won't get quite so dark. It'll be a little more soft than it was the last time. So we'll stick these in the oven. We'll be back in a couple minutes to top them off and put them back in the oven. And after a couple minutes, you can see our cheese is starting to melt nicely. Now let's add a little more sauce to the top. There we go. So we're going to put that on top. We're going to take our garlic butter mixture. We're going to brush that over the top of our rolls. And then just before we put it back in the oven, one of my favorite things on a pizza is garlic butter with a little bit of Parmesan cheese dusted over the top. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to dust a little bit of Parmesan over the top of this. Find if you put the Parmesan on after the butter, it'll kind of stick to the butter. And it should come out real nice. So there we go. Now back into the oven for a couple minutes they go. And after a couple more minutes, there we go. Now we're gonna try to transfer these to a plate. Actually, that worked out pretty well. And now we're ready to give them a try. First moment of truth, let's see if they will pull stringy this time. Look at that. Way better than last time. Way better. Now let's give them a try and see if they're every bit as tasty as they were the last time. Yep, pizza on a bun. That is absolutely terrific. Cheese came out perfect this time. I put sauce on the top and bottom, but I gave it a little bit of sauce. Get the flavor of the sauce. It's not overpowering, and it doesn't make the bread all that soggy. These are terrific. Highly, highly recommend. So, that's it for this video. Hit like if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. We upload a new short every Wednesday afternoon and a new video every Friday afternoon. We always put the recipe in the description box below as well. So if you can't follow along or I went a little too quickly, don't worry, the ingredients list is in the description. Make sure to share the video with all of your friends as well. Any little bit of help we can get from you guys is just terrific. And don't forget to comment down below as well. What did you think of this recipe? Or better yet, what would you like to see us make next? Oh, and don't forget, first we cook, then we eat. So good.